So let's rank all the films that I watched for the first time for the month of April 2023. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Dual, better known to as the Big D, back again with another ranking. This time it's going to be my first time watches for April 2023. And I watched 30, yes, you heard me correctly, 30 big films for the first time ever. And mostly you'll see Hellraiser sequels in this one. They're unfortunately going to be at the bottom of the chain. Most of them are, but not all of them, though. Just be on your toes because I'm about to give this ranking to you. So if you're ready, then let's get started. And I'm going to try and go rapid fire so I don't take too much time and what have you. So if you're ready, let's get the show on the road. Sit back, relax, and here we go. Number 30 is Hellraiser Bloodline from 1996. This is okay and what have you. This is the Hellraiser that took place in space. Yeah, well, I'd rather watch Jason X over this. But it's alright and what have you. It's not great, though. I know the Hellraiser sequels can be pretty bad and what have you, but again, this is alright. Number 29 is Hellraiser Inferno from 2000. This was the first direct-to-video sequel after the fourth one, Bloodline, failed. This film, well, it's alright, again, like I said with the fourth one. But still, not completely great, though. Number 28 is Hellraiser Hellseeker from 2002. This is the sixth film, and again, okay, but not great. But it was kind of strange in some parts, but at least it was factually a little more okay, though. Number 27 is Devil from 2010. This is okay and what have you. It's kind of strange, though, but I liked how it took place on an elevator and what have you. That was pretty frightening and what have you. But again, it's an okay film. Number 26 is Poltergeist 3 from 1988. This film didn't do too well, and I'd only seen a little bit of it, but this was the first time I saw the film in its entirety. Young Carol O'Rourke unfortunately died during the production of this. She managed to get most of it done, but died during the last bit of filming and what have you. So, anyway, this film's alright, but it's not great though. I plan to review this and the second one later on, but I failed to watch the 2015 remake. I figured it wouldn't be as good as the original one. Number 25 is Hellraiser Deader from 2005. This is the seventh film of the Hellraiser franchise, and well, this is a little bit better, but it's a shame I don't see much of Pinhead. I didn't get to see him in some parts, but I saw lots of Cenobites in this, and until then, I only got to see Pinhead at the end of the film. But I know he appeared in some parts, but I failed to catch some of this. I fell asleep during some of this. But anyway, film's alright. Number 24 is Hellraiser Hellworld, also from 2005. Again, it's okay and what have you. I appreciate them trying to go in a different direction, what have you, making them like their experience in an RPG game and what have you, but going to a party after seeing the names and what have you. I gotta say, this was kind of a little strange, but overall, it's alright and what have you. I have watched all these, and the third one as well, but that's a ways ahead though. Hellraiser Hellworld, it's okay. Number 23 is Horrible Bosses 2 from 2014. This film, well, it was fine and all. It didn't give me much laughter, and you know what I'm trying to say than its predecessor, but it's okay. It does have most of the same cast from the first film, but again, it's not quite as good as its predecessor, though. But you have to take my word for it. Number 22 is Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City from 2021. This film bombed at the box office. It tried its best, but it just didn't quite come close to as good as the other Resident Evil films. I appreciate them trying to do their extreme best and what have you with new characters and maybe some, well, ones we remember from the games and what have you. Number 21 is Rock Dog 3 Battle the Beat. Now, this was actually released last year, but it didn't come out until earlier this year on DVD. Well, I saw the first film last year, but after seeing that the other two were available to stream, I thought I'd check them out. We'll see where the second one winds up. While they are a little bit of a step up from its predecessor, this film's fine and all. Although it kind of makes me feel like I'm watching the same films, however. Number 20 is Spiral from the Book of Saw from 2021. I actually watched this on Hulu since it had recently been on Stars. This spin-off, spin-off of Saw, it's okay and what have you. I mean, well, it does have some pretty good kills and what have you, torturous kills like you'd expect from any Saw film. Chris Rock's fine and what have you. Samuel L. Jackson kind of surprised me with his appearance in here. So anyway, this film's fine. I need to review this film. Maybe we review the Saw franchise. Maybe. We'll see. Number 19 is Don't Breathe 2, also from 2021. This sequel, well, I thought it had some pretty good kills in my view. I don't think this would come close to being as good as the first film in my view. I appreciate having Stephen Lang back as the blind man, what have you. Yeah. I'll try and talk about these two films later on. Number 18 is Rock Dog 2, Rock Around the Park, another 2021 film. Now, of course, like the third one, this was released direct to video, and I will say this was an improvement over the first one. At least we got some same characters, and well, I think this just was pretty good in some ways. I gotta review this franchise maybe one day down the road. This kind of rocked a pretty good few tunes and what have you through this. Number 17 is Dumb and Number 2 from 2014. This is, well, a pretty fun sequel. It gave me a few good laughs. While I didn't get to revisit the first film, I wanted to see this one just because I was curious. Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey are still pretty funny and what have you. Enough said about it. Number 16 is Fall from last year in 2022. I was curious about this film, about these two girls trying to, well, make it to the top of the world by climbing up this old radio tower and what have you. Oh, wow, that was something. It was pretty, well, suspenseful and I don't know what have you for a survival flick. Number 15 is Cocaine Bear. This came out a few months ago this year. I gotta say, this film was absolutely crazy and wily and pretty brutal with the titular character. I did do a spoiler-free mini review of this with another film, which is still ahead. But anyway, you gotta check this out. This is pretty bloody in some parts and pretty funny too. Elizabeth Banks did a great job with her directing. Number 13 is The Hangover Part. No, not 13. It's 14. My mistake. 14 is The Hangover Part 3 from 2013, I believe. No, or no, wait, 2014. Oh my gosh, I'm getting too tongue tied. This film did fine and what have you. It's a pretty good finale to the Wolfpack trilogy. I definitely gotta review this and the other two films sometime or sooner. But anyway, the cast was pretty good. It's pretty fun. Not quite as good as the first two in some ways. Here's the real number 13, and it's The Hangover Part 2 from 2011. I made a bit of an error. Hangover Part 3 was 2013, so apologies. This second film's pretty funny and what have you. Yeah, for a few pretty good funny moments and what have you. But again, as I said, I will review this later on down the road, so I don't want to talk too much about it. This film has some funny moments. Number 12 is Knock at the Cabin. I did a spoiler-free mini review of this. You can see it along with my review of Cocaine Bear. This film is, wow, really psychotic and twisted and what have you. But a pretty good cast on including Dave Bautista and even Rupert Grint long after Harry Potter and what have you. But anyway, I thought this film wasn't too bad. And a pretty good M. Night Shyamalan film by any means. Number 11 is I Want to Dance with Somebody from last year in 2022. This, of course, is the Whitney Houston biopic. Not sure where if I'll give you a review or not, but the film's not too bad and what have you. I liked how when he was portrayed and what have you, and the music wasn't too bad either. We get to hear numerous songs of hers. But anyway, this film's not too bad of a biopic. Whew. There, that just took a wee bit of time. Again, apologies for the mess up on Hangover Part 3. But anyway, now I'm going to get into the top 10, and let me tell you, it's going to be a big one, what have you. So, anyway, this is going to be pretty big. You are going to be seeing some surprising ones and what have you. Just, well, you'll see, okay? So, let's move on, shall we? And I will go quick on this. Here we go. Coming in at number 10 is The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent from last year in 2022. This film unfortunately bombed at the box office, despite getting good reviews and what have you, but Nicolas Cage was absolutely really good playing a fictionalized version of himself. Really good and what have you. I liked all the memorabilia from a lot of his movies and what have you. National Treasure, Con Air, Face Off. Yeah, this film's absolutely really kind of funny and what have you, and pre meta too. But anyway, Nicolas Cage did one hell of a job with this film. I kind of enjoyed it for what it had to offer, though. Now, coming in at number 9 is Hellraiser 3 Hell on Earth from 1992. Very good movie. This was probably the best Hellraiser I've seen now as of now. I really liked it. Doug Bradley once again does a great job as Pinhead. I should point out for the other movies, he still did a great job. May he rest in peace. But anyway, it just was so awesome. I even got to hear Motorhead's own version of Hellraiser, even though I've heard Ozzy Osbourne's take on it, which of course kind of got a little duet done with Ozzy and their late Motorhead's late great frontman Lemmy Kilmister. But anyway, I thought Hellraiser 3 was so bloody awesome. I will review this in the other Hellraiser sequels later on. I'm thinking I'm going to do this for this year's Spooktacular October. Stay tuned, details to follow, but that's going to be a ways ahead. Now, coming in at number 8 is 22 Jump Street from 2014. Now, although I failed to revisit the first film, I knew I'd seen that, but I didn't get to see much of the sequel, though. After watching it, I've got to say, it's absolutely very, very funny, just like its predecessor and what have you. Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum, once again, are absolutely great. But I'll talk more about this when I review this and its predecessor later on down the road. But it had some pretty fun moments and pretty good action, what have you. Next, coming in at number 7 is Scream 6. This film was awesome. I'll probably be ranking up there with the second and the first one as my top favorites. We'll see when I rank the films later on. Anyway, this film was so awesome. I love it. And what else can I say? I've already done a spoiler-free review of it. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. The cast was real good. I think some of the kills were pretty awesome as well. Enough said. Watch my review. And coming in at number 6 is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always. This Netflix special that reunited a lot, well, some of the cast from the original series. Very awesome and what have you, to commemorate 30 years of the original series. I think it was awesome. I've already done a spoiler-free review of it. Check it out if you haven't already. But I think it was pretty good and was great to, well, to remember the lost members we lost, like Dewey Train a few years back, and of course Jason David Frank, whom we sadly lost last year. This is a very good special. Check this out if you haven't, and check out my spoiler-free review too. And coming in at number 5 is Marked for Death from 1990. Great film. After watching some of Steven Seagal's films last year, like Under Siege and maybe in its sequel, and let's see. Oh, a lot of them slipped my mind. This film is pretty awesome. Dwight H. Lill did a great job with the direction, what have you. I gotta say, it's pretty good and what have you. I will review some of these films later on. I haven't done any of Seagal's work. But anyway, Marked for Death, pretty awesome. And coming in at number 4 is Judy Bloom Forever. Now, this is a documentary film that came out on Amazon Prime. I'd recommend you check this out. This came out just to promote the release of Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, which is still ahead on this ranking. Anyway, this film focuses on the author Judy Bloom, who you know best from doing books like, let's see, the Fudge series and the book I just mentioned, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, Freckled Jews, and, well, to bigger people, books like Forever and Wifey. I think that's what it was called. Yeah, that's what it was, Wifey. Anyway, I gotta say, this film is so good. It makes me feel like I need to read some of more of her work. I've only checked out a little bit of her work, but not a whole lot. But this is one film you gotta check out. If you got Prime and you have heard of Judy Bloom, check this documentary film out. I think you'll really like it. Now, coming in at number 3 is Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. This film was awesome, despite after we had gone failures from the 2000 movie and its direct-to-video sequels. This one really brings back the feel of the classic series itself. If you haven't seen my spoiler-free review of this, check it out if you haven't. I really thought the cast was great, the action was great, the feel to it was absolutely awesome, etc., etc., etc. Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. Check it out already if you haven't. Well, it's still out there in theaters, and if you don't get to see it, don't worry. I'm sure it'll come to Paramount Plus later on. Promise. Now for the final two, and this was a tough decision to make. We got some couple of pretty good movies, but I went with one that I thought was the big one. So coming in at number 2 is Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. This is why I just brought up Judy Bloom's book finally gets turned to a movie. This film was very good. I loved it. If you haven't seen my spoiler-free review of it, check it out. I love the performances we got from Rachel McAdams, Kathy Bates, but I really gotta give credit to young Abby Ryder Fortson. As I've said in my review, she did a great job in playing Margaret. I forgot to point out my review. I love how she speaks to God and what have you. That was really something. Yeah, that's one thing I forgot to point out in my review. I don't think that would have spoiled it much. But anyway, this is a great coming of age film and what have you. I loved it. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out and check out my spoiler-free review. If you haven't, this film was just so good. And finally, my number one first-time watch of April 2023 is the Super Mario Bros. Movie. This film was awesome. If you haven't seen my review of it yet, check it out. It was the most viewed video on my channel last month. I absolutely loved it. The voice acting cast wasn't too bad. It was fun. I know this people were mixed on the story and what have you, but that's understandable. But I still liked it for what it had to offer. This is probably one of Illumination's many great films. Maybe not quite as good as some of their other stuff like Despicable Me or Sing, but it does its extreme best, like I said. Again, check out my review if you haven't. But the voice acting cast was so great. I absolutely really enjoyed it. So that's going to do it for this ranking. What did you think of this ranking? What did you see? Where you can tell me what was your favorite first time watch of April 2023. Give me your top one, give me your top three or top five tops. Leave them for me and leave them for me to check out to read in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you a re-review of Iron Man. So I hope you liked this, and if you did, check out my reviews of the top 3 films in this ranking. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of the Super Mario Bros. Movie. The upper right-hand corner is my review of Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. And the bottom left-hand corner is my review of Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching, and be sure to and remember, I'm 9 subscribers away from 500, so help me try and reach 500. I would love to accomplish that. So until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.